It's been almost a month since I started actively using Luna Ultra, and I just wanted to share with you some best configurations and experience that I had with Luna Ultra so you can try yourself. Let's go. First of all, I want to say that I almost forgot that I still have the DJI Awesome Pocket 3, but Luna Ultra completely replaced it and added a lot more on top. So the best features that you can get from Luna Ultra and no DJI Awesome Pocket 3 or Pocket 4 can do is a lossless zoom. Yes, it's a real lossless zoom. I found that I'm using lossless zoom on Luna Ultra a lot more often than I thought. I'm filming very often in 2x zoom, which is lossless zoom. It's not even the lens itself, but it works really great. Speaking of the colors, I'm filming this episode walking in the morning forest. It is 7 a.m. And as you can see, the colors are true natural. It is because the Luna Ultra is coming with this color sensor detector that is located on the gimbal camera. It means it automatically detect and recognize the scene around you and adapt the colors properly. So you're not losing any green and you're not getting any more blue or red when you are filming. But let's get back to the tips and how to film the best with Luna Ultra. This camera is coming with 14 stops of HDR. It means that Luna Ultra is handling absolutely perfectly all the shadows and highlight, no matter if you are filming on the sunset, sunrise, or in the middle of the day. As you can see, I'm walking now among the trees, and still you can see the blue sky and you can see all the shadows above my baseball hat. How to film it properly without overexposed areas and still getting all the details. I would highly recommend to set the exposure value, especially when you are filming outdoor with the cloudy condition when you have a lot of white skies, to minus 0.3 or minus 0.7. This will help you to avoid these overexposed areas on the video and still preserve all the details that you want to get. So even if you are filming in iLok or using other filters, this will help you to actually improve the color profiles that you are using at the moment. Just let me show you, on all the scenes that I was filming in the city center, the sky was cloudy. And actually, I didn't expect the footage will be good. I was trying to film as much as I could in iLok. And by the way, I was filming in 4K 60 FPS. So then in the post, I could just slow down the video a little bit and make it more cinematic. So setting the exposure value to minus 0.7, filming in iLok 4K 60 FPS allows me to get the cinematic mood, applying different loot files and experimenting with them. I got exactly cinematic mood that I found in the city while walking there. Just take a look also at this indoor footage from the cafe. All the details are perfectly visible. I've been playing with 2x, 3x, up to 12x. First of all, the transitioning of the video is perfectly fine. We don't have any video distortion when Luna Ultra switches between the main camera and telephoto camera. It works really smooth, and that's what I like a lot about this camera. And by the way, just one more tip. I would highly recommend to go to Luna Ultra settings and set zoom speed to low. This option will allow you to zooming in and zooming out slowly, exactly as you would expect from the cinematic camera. I'm filming this episode on the beautiful island of Texel, which is to the north of the mainland of the Netherlands, and this is such a beautiful location, especially in the morning. No people, I'm just walking here, this is a national park, and I have all the time and all the space to film this episode properly. Okay, so the next thing is a low light, because I took Luna Ultra with me to the museum, and the first room in the museum is underground. This is the history of the boat that was sunk like 400 years ago. Underground in the museum is complete dark, and I didn't expect a lot from the camera, but I was so surprised to see how clear and how all the details I was able to capture with Luna Ultra. Honestly, it was my first experience like this, filming with Luna Ultra in such a dark environment, and I found it super useful. And no worries, because even if you forget to enable the pure video mode, the Luna Ultra will automatically detect that this is a low light environment, low light condition, and it will enable a special camera helper by default. You will get a warning. The camera might drain more battery, but no worries, I didn't notice any differences at all. As you can see on this scene's underground museum, that a lot of details that I was snapping with Luna Ultra are clearly visible. Just take a look at all the artifacts. They look nice, beautiful, and you can recognize all the details exactly that I wanted to show you. So I was really impressed how good Luna Ultra is when we were filming in the low light condition like this. On the same day after the museum, I took Luna Ultra with me to the boat trip to find a spot, the colony of the seals that is living here around the Texel Island. First of all, I was really impressed how long battery is staying on Luna Ultra. So in the same day, I was filming the city center the entire morning. Then I took Luna Ultra with me to the museum while walking there for more than 2 hours. And then I took the Luna Ultra with me to the boat trip where we spent another 1.5 hours. When I came back to the hotel, I still had 47% left on the Luna Ultra. I was really impressed how good the battery is. But let's get back to the seal spotting trip. I didn't know what to expect from the Luna Ultra when we were filming on the water. But first of all, luckily I took with me my CPL filters. And speaking about different lenses of filters, I will have a separate episode just for that. But on this episode, I wanted to share about CPL filters. I have two different set of filters for the Luna Ultra from Telezit and Freewell. Both filters are working really great, and you definitely need to get one of those. Both filters from Telezit and Freewell cost around the same, and actually it's up to you what you want to get. I would say that on Telezit the magnets are slightly stronger than on the Freewell filters, but it's up to you, because I know that many creators would love when the stickers are holding really strong on the camera. So it's up to you which brand would you prefer. But take a look at the footage from the boat and you'll find how smooth it is. I was also filming in 120 FPS when seagulls were following the boat and people were feeding them. This scene looks absolutely amazing. I was also using the Luna Ultra for filming the nearby boats that were passing and the nature in general. Just take a look at all the details of the boats that are staying in the docks. The colors are super precise. When we got back home, I opened the videos and I wanted just to make sure that the water reflection is not distorting the video, and no, it appears really good. And I must say the CPL filters are doing really great job. I would highly recommend to go and get CPL filters for Luna Ultra. And by the way, while filming the colony of the seals, my main camera was with me, Sony RX10 Mark IV, with 25x optical zoom capabilities and also up to 100x zoom of in general telephoto capabilities. And of course, this camera would beat any other mobile phones or pocket cameras. But just take a look at the footage from Luna Ultra and how stable it is. No shakiness, the horizon is keeping steadily perfectly. Of course, with Sony RX10, we get a lot more details because this is the optical zoom. But if you want stable footage, then Luna Ultra will help you to get there. All other settings on Luna Ultra are very intuitive and really easy to use. Just don't forget to enable high bitrate, especially when you are filming in iLok, or if you want to modify slightly color in the post. As well, it will give your footage more details if you want to watch it later on the large screen. This beautiful endless coast on Texel is the place where I was heading from the hotel this morning while filming this episode. Well, and finally I'm arrived. So I'll have some my time to capture some birds because we have a lot of species here that are arriving, and actually just spent the summer here, especially different northern birds, and this is my hobby. So guys, I really hope that you found this episode helpful and it will help you to decide whether you want to go with Luna Ultra as your main camera, but I would highly recommend. I'm very satisfied with this camera. I will have more interesting episodes coming very soon. And by the way, it's really windy. I'm staying near the sea and you can hear the quality of the sound from Luna Ultra, that we don't have any distortions at all. So this is just another factor why Luna Ultra should be considered as a main camera. Stay tuned and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.